Welcome to the Corona Circus. It's showtime, folks. The coronavirus was the prelude to a show that it will be going on for several years to come. As you can see from the image, the show revolves around people masked. That's the symbol of this virus. It's not people dying, it's not people recovering, it's not people wondering why all this happened, but it's people wearing masks. That became and will be the icon of the coronavirus. It will be the icon and the symbol of a new age of society which is in total fear of being sick and dying. These elements were the fuel that prompted this enormous and swift transformation of society in only a few months. The war was blocked, the economy dropped, but nobody seemed to care as long as you have a mask and you feel safe in front of the others. Masking, in fact, is an archetype of muting yourself, of muzzling yourself. Basically, you've been gagged. That's the reason for the masks are so popular. Not because of the disease, but because we know that with the mask we don't have responsibilities. We are just shutting up. We're being shut down by the powers, by the people who staged the circus. And by all means, I do not mean human people, because this thing is something far beyond any power governments have upon us. It's something staged by the humans but conceived by higher powers. The same higher powers that are in conflict with another side of beings who are actually working for our balancing, our awakening, and the raising of our consciousness. So why this circus? Why this show? Well, first of all, because we have to adjust to a new society that most likely will have a complete reset in the establishment, in the elite, and in the people manipulating humanity, as opposing to people actually trying to help us to raise our consciousness for a better life. So again, it's the original sin, the original fight between good and evil, but in a sense that it's our consciousness versus our servitude. Are you going to wear a mask? Then you're servile to the new system. Are you going not to wear a mask just because you're not afraid of something that doesn't exist? These pandemics, which is in fact the panphobia, is the fear of everything you have around because you don't know it, and then you fear it, and then you freeze, and then you are controlled. And if you're controlled, you don't want responsibility because you don't know what to do. So you just wear a mask. Gagged. No dialogue, no thinking, no voicing out. Take it the United States of America right now, for example, the land of freedom, and at the moment, the land of chaos. It's in complete turmoil. In fact, the Armageddon of biblical reminiscence might not happen in Mesopotamia, even though the latest U.S. policy made all possible things in order to make it happen over there. But in fact, it could be a backlash to their territory. Because right now, we're witnessing an America who is completely dissociated by the mainstream policy, which is dictated by the WHO at the moment, the iconic leader, self-assigned of course, leader during this pandemics, this age of disease, and fueled and financed and funded by people such as the Bill Gates Foundation, but not from the US. Trump administration cut off that funds, which means for America this show is over. But in fact, there is another show going on over there, which is about liberty, about the human rights, and about racism, which is even more preeminent than a disease. Americans right now are fighting as they always do. They always do that. And fighting is not for their freedom. It's fighting for understanding what's going on between them and the rest of the world. Who has the upper hand at the moment is not America. Who is leading the world is not America. Who's leading the world right now is fear. But it was fear before too, only it was conceived by other things, such as technology, such as consumism, such as the pursuit of wealthy tasks and the achievement of wellness and so forth. But right now, once the war declared that we are all sick, everything else goes behind in the priority list. Now the priority becomes to survive and to stay healthy, and if to do so we need to wear masks, we'll do it, because we don't know how to think. We don't know why all this is happening, and that's the reason why I say in this circus the master puppet is not human. The humans are just the puppets, the humans are just the mannequin dummies. They are they're executing the plans conceived by something else. It could be planet Earth, it could be our Mother Earth trying to rebalancing itself, okay. Could it be other beings that have a different agenda about our planet? Could also be. I'm not sure about this. What I'm sure is that this origin of the evil or disease is certainly not human. The humans are, as usual, opposing each other. They have different tasks, they have a different path. We are not united, we've never been, and can also be demonstrated by what's going on right now between, again, the US and Europe and Asia. Every country, although they're trying to, in the appearance, following the same line, they're in fact pursuing a totally different agenda. China is trying to fill in the gap that America left by the lack of leadership, because of course they are more focused on the internal problems that it's probably making the country implode, and Europe is as fragmented as ever, if not more. Every state members are completely on their own, apparently led by Germany, that actually it's mostly concerned about its own wealth. And who is the leader? Russia and China trying to get the upper hand on Europe, but not on the US, and the US trying to mend the pieces of its own country as it's shattering, torn apart by so many different problems. Truth is, never like this moment we can actually glimpse beyond the curtain, the veil of appearance that we have been covered and shrouded up until now. This is the time where you can best look at it and see that there is something not on Earth, not from Earth, that actually is controlling or trying to manipulate the situation. The word is just one of the many words in our universe, and we can never be sure that we own something that we don't understand. Do we understand our world? Do we understand the technology that we use? Do we understand the reasons for these pandemics, for this farce, for this circus? No, we don't. And if we don't, it's because it was not staged by us. You can see the behavior of the governments, you can see how confused they are, you can see how they use the military and the force when they don't understand what's going on, and you can see how the totalitarian systems are better off than the democratic systems, because people don't need to be gagged. They already are, because they trust the government and they let the government deal with anything that's happening. They don't talk too much, and that's the reason why the pandemics could be handled so easy, and that's why in the Western countries it couldn't, and it's not being handled in a not easy nor smooth way. It's showtime, folks, and this is just the beginning, because there are more and many more things are yet to come. What we're going to witness, how our society will change, how we will reshape ourselves into more acceptance of technology, artificial intelligence, digital reality, virtual reality, so that other realities will come in and blend together with our reality, and that we would not tell the difference, because for us will be all digital or technological, and behind that anything can happen. Our reality is being reshaped right now. We just don't realize it because we're too busy with the protective equipment. We're too busy to wear masks, to wear gloves, to look at anybody else around us that's not coming too close. We have to social distancing, right? So we are too distracted. And the real thing is happening on top of our heads. That's what will change everything we know. And it's not just adopting the new technology, it's adapting to the new system. What I can say is whatever happens, whatever is the show for, let's not be gagged. Let's stop wearing these stupid masks just because we are afraid of something that only comes to us if we fear it. Fear is the magnet, is the catalyst, is the attractive element to get us sick. And what is our worst fear? To die? Death is nothing but an illusion of our mind. If we do not accept this, we will always wear masks. We'll be wearing masks for the next 2 or 3 centuries. And we'll always do the biddings of these master puppets who want a humanity to be afraid. If we're afraid, we keep low, and if we keep low, we can't interfere with anything. But we can be the masters of our own destinies if only we accept the change and we know that we can be part of it. We can make our own destiny without masks. It's showtime, folks. Welcome to the Corona Circus.